What's up, everyone? It's Jess Bowen and Bowie Jane on Bays Behind the Beats. We are excited because we've got fucking Han from Hot Milk finally in studio.
I'm here. I sat in a car for an hour and a half to be here.
You sure
very excited
did.
about it. But I got a cider out of it.
You
Yeah.
did.
Is this pre-drinks?
Yeah.
That's pre-drinks. We're also going after
Warm
this,
up.
but no one needs to know about that.
Secrets.
But seriously, oh my God. We became friends on Sad Summer 2 years ago.
Because we were the only ones that wanted to fucking party. No one else.
Oh my god.
was
Bowie
like-
knows.
it was-
Bowie knows.
It was just you and me. You shot me like, now what?
Yeah, I'd be like, so what do we do now? Everyone's like, well, we're gonna go to bed or something. We're like,
just
it's
like,
10 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. No joke. It was like,
It's like bus goes not till 4.
yeah,
like,
all these little boys running around peaking about 9 o'clock, getting smashed, and then had to take themselves to bed. And we were
Oh.
just there like, right, it's you, me, and Lisa Brownlee. Just
yeah.
fucking like,
Oh, we love Lisa.
Oh.
Everyone loves Lisa. I
Yeah.
mean, she's the OG partier.
Yeah,
Like, I
she
mean,
is.
she can fucking hang.
yeah.
But
sure.
we definitely we
It's
hit up.
happening again this summer. I was just speaking the other day to I don't who was I speaking to? I was like, oh no.
But
this
you
is
know what's a
dangerous.
travesty?
What's a travesty?
We're not on the same dates.
At all?
Did you not know this?
No, I've not
Okay,
looked.
it is a fucking
Oh
travesty
shit!
that we are on opposite dates.
No, they've done that on purpose.
They did it on purpose. They were like, wait, we saw what happened 2
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
ago. This can't happen again.
Yeah, just carnage. We ended up in strip clubs in Kansas City. We had a right good time, throwing some ones.
Is
Oh
this
my God.
sad?
So the Sad Summer
Yeah,
Fest,
okay,
which
cool.
is like what we said, we're both of our bands are on it this year again, but
opposite.
not at the same fucking time. The day
Damn.
that we get off, I think you jump on the next day.
Okay, well there you go. Sorry.
So how annoying
It
is
is
that?
very
So you're gonna be on your own partying?
Well, you'll still have
I'm
Lisa.
sure- it's just me and Lisa, just like, are you having fun, Lisa?
So Lisa's on that, is she?
Lisa's the tour manager,
What-
like OG.
Was she last year or whenever?
Yeah, so
Oh.
Lisa is
She's like Warped Tour alumni.
Yeah.
Lisa
She
is
started
the
it with
OG
Kevin,
tour
yeah.
manager of Warped Tour. Like when
Yeah.
Warped Tour started, like Lisa was
Mhm.
always the tour manager,
Alright,
like
yeah.
biggest badass in the industry,
For
right?
sure.
And then
She used to
Sad.
scare the shit out of me.
She's
When I was
she,
a young teenager, it was like, oh.
She's scared. Wait,
But
you knew
now-
her when you were a teenager?
Yeah, because I did Warped Tour when I was like 17, 18. I was the pit reporter. Did you not know about
Oh
this?
wait, we talked about this. Let's talk about that on air though. So okay,
Right, go
you started out being the pit reporter.
Yeah, so I used to upload videos to YouTube from my bedroom, right? And then when they were like, apply to be the Warped Tour pit reporter, I was like, fuck it, I'll have a go. And sent my video in, and they picked me like an idiot. And then I went to my mum, I went, I'm going to Chicago. And she was like, fuck you are. And then I just went anyway.
Oh wow.
I said to my mum I was staying at a friend's house, and then just got on a flight to Chicago when I was like 18.
You just bought a flight for yourself?
No, they
And-
bought it for me.
Oh, they bought it for you.
That's
So you-
crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so I just
God.
went, and then my mum was like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "Not sure, but I think I'm in America."
Wow.
And then I like pit reported. Like there was no. This is going to show my age. Instagram had just started, so it
What
wasn't
year was
like
this?
2011, maybe.
You did pit reporter 2011.
Yeah, so like that was 13 years ago. I
Oh
think.
my God.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or was it 2011 or 2010? I don't know. I found the pass the other day. It might have even been 2009. I found the pass the other day, and I look like young as hell. I was definitely under 21, 100%.
Oh,
I was
right.
Drinking my way around America. Got chased by the cops a bunch, like being like, "Come back here," and you're like, "Eh." fuck off."
Uh,
Yeah.
Well,
but-
I was on 2010, so I feel
no,
like
it wasn't that.
So
year.
it wasn't that
No,
year.
It wasn't that year. No, it must have been 2009. It must have been.
That's so
don't know.
wild that you started
I
as
started doing that, and then I went home and started like putting on shows locally because I was just like, oh, it can't be that hard. And then things spiraled, and I ended up being a promoter at a big company,
oh.
and then was like, fuck this, I don't like it because people aren't in it for music, they're in it for money. And then started Hot Milk, quit and started Hot Milk,
Wow.
and then everyone told me I couldn't do it. They all were like this is a waste of time. Like you know, it's you didn't know, did they? Because I knew what we had, what songs we had, and how we were. But a million people told me not to quit my real music job. But then
Was it at
Oh.
like a big agency?
It was like a promoter in Manchester that was putting on like rock tours, basically.
it wasn't like Live Nation, but it was like
no,
equivalent.
it was like an
to-
equivalent
equivalent
kind
to
of
a Live
But
Nation.
then I just was surrounded by people that didn't give a shit about music for real.
They just wanted
It
the
just
money.
made me sick.
yeah.
It made me sick.
Yeah.
That would kill your soul for anyone who's into
It
music.
killed my soul 100%. So I just quit outright, and then they all fell out with me for a bit. They're all crawling back now. It's all right.
They're like, "Can we book you?" And you're like, "Fuck no." I love that. I
Yeah.
love that you're like absolutely fucking not. Remember when you told me not to do
I
this?
said to them, it takes you 10 dinners. 10 dinners to get out to eat at the table is what I said to him. I want 10 expensive dinners and then we'll talk.
Oh my God.
So we'll see
Love
what
that for
happens.
you.
That is
That's
funny.
insane. So, okay, let's actually take it back even before the pit reporting
Go
stuff.
on.
Like, what You grew up in Manchester,
Grew up in Preston, which
Oh,
is
Preston.
even smaller of a town, small town, really
but
small.
like right outside of Manchester.
Yeah, about 40 minutes outside, yeah.
Were you raised in a musical family? What
Fuck
got you
no.
into music? Like,
Fuck no. I mean, I heard Green Day's Dookie in my friend's back garden when I was like 10. And
So
then
it's
it
Green
was
Day.
just like, oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, this is it now. Because I think I was into like a load of like guitar-y bands and I was like, 7, 8, 9. You know that band Busted? Do you remember
oh,
them?
I remember Busted.
Yeah. So I loved that when I was like 7, 8, 9, and then like they petered off, and then Green Day entered in my life, and then I was just like, oh. And I've now seen that band 52 times.
You've seen Green Day
Wow.
52
I
times?
know, but I'm less obsessed now. Don't worry, I'm less obsessed. But it was like one of those bands like I was a super fan.
So
Super
you're
fan.
like your dream tour would be going on tour with Green Day.
Probably, maybe. I don't know. I'm old now, so I don't know if we are sounds aligned. Maybe
It was one of those things where like you've changed as you've
Yeah,
grown up,
for
but
sure.
like they were the
They were the
influence.
band. Like, yeah. I never wanted to fuck him though. I just wanted to be him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just like, I want to do that. I
Totally.
also didn't like being at the barrier, so I was like, it's not very comfortable here. I want to be up there where I can actually breathe.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I remember just teaching myself guitar in my bedroom from Green Day tabs, like on
No
YouTube
way.
and stuff, and just became was in loads of local bands, like from 12 to 16, always getting dropped off at band practice in someone's garage,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
putting on our own gigs and stuff, and
Yeah.
for some reason the Christian church let us put gigs on in the church for about 3 weeks, and then we got banned.
Oh.
So the music finds a way, and but it was
So
always that.
then so let's talk about how then did you and Jim meet to start Hot Milk?
We met on Tinder.
You met on Tinder.
Yeah, we met on Tinder and we dated for 5 years, and then
How crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we got 5 years, and then we went through a horrible thing that was quite traumatic, and decided that even though we shouldn't be together, but we loved each other still so much, and we never wanted to lose each other. And in the midst of all that traumatic stuff happening, we wrote songs, and it just coincided with us both being like, we don't like our life and jobs, and should we just quit it all and see what happens with our music? And also, I'm so glad that we were able to stay in each other's lives because of the band. Even though when it might have been hard, we kind of went through it together because the band was the thing that the glue that kept us together. And now, like, I can't imagine my life without him. He's like
Wow.
my guy, you know.
He's your best friend.
my best
He's
friend in the world.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
like in the way that you'd be like it's like a soulmate, but not like the
100% he's my
person that
soulmate.
yeah.
He's my soulmate. 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not to say there's not another room in there for someone else. I've got a big heart. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm open to everyone being as close to me as they want to be. But he's my guy, and he knows what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling.
And
You
it's
know,
very
That's nice.
apparent on stage through the music, everything about it. Like I think that was the thing that really drew me to your band. Like I hadn't heard of you before Sad Summer when we toured together. I was just
Yeah.
excited to meet you guys. I was like, oh, I can't wait. And I just like remember watching a show and being like, there's something like there was just such a chemistry between the two of you because like obviously she's the front woman,
Yeah.
but like Jim sings too. He's got this like you guys are the two main people. You are Hot Milk.
Yeah, we write everything together.
You write everything
Yeah.
together,
We
but there
started
was
it,
just
yeah.
again seeing you on stage, the way you interact and the way
Yeah.
that like you have this like
Just being on a night out with you, mate. You're like, "Way,"
Yeah.
like, "Way," having a little good time. And then obviously Tom and Della in our band as well. Like they're my brothers as well. Like,
That's
Tom,
so cool.
Tom is dating my best friend now as well. So we've got like a little gang, and Della's always just pops up every now. We're just there. I'm so lucky because I speak to a lot of friends who like are in bands and they kind of fall out with their bandmates a lot.
Yeah.
But I feel like, oh my God, I'm so lucky because I could share a bed with all of these and cuddle them.
and
Yeah.
How lucky am I to be able to cuddle all my best mates?
that is really rare. I will
Makes
say
it-
that as someone who's in a band with
Yeah.
also all dudes.
I mean, we argue, but it's like brotherly arguments, like "shut the fuck up, you stupid dickhead."
Yeah.
Yeah, you come for a cuddle,
Yeah.
idiot, So it's
That's good because you spend so much time with your band. Like,
yeah, man. Oh, so much. We've had every conversation.
yeah.
I mean, you spend more time with them than your own family.
Yeah, you got
That's
so
what
much
it ends up being.
downtime waiting around and
Yeah, we've got a game of how can we throw the orange on the shelf?
Yeah.
That's the peak backstage. boredom.
exactly.
Do you get that orange on that shelf? I reckon I could, yeah. Fucking throwing orange on the shelf, yeah. It's funny, but yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you do. You spend more time with them than your actual family, and that's why relationships break apart and stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
it's just like ultimately, that's your normal and that's your life. And
Wow.
why when you come home, it's dead like, what the what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do with
You have to
myself?
readjust.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah, this is why I end up going out on Lash and getting into silly things.
Yeah.
Trying to reach that adrenaline,
Yeah.
Yes.
which is impossible to reach. You know?
How often are you on the road?
Last year it was like half the year, 6 months. I
Wow.
think this year it'll be similar, like 6 or 7. We're out here for 4 months. I worked
Oh.
out this year. Like I was like thinking, like, when am I here? And I was like, I'm here June, July, August, September, and obviously March and a bit of April. We're writing out here in April, so it's
Yeah.
like I'm spending a lot of time in this country, which I have a interesting relationship with. You know, I love and hate it here. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could see that.
yeah,
That's a lot of being on the road though, 6 months.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
But that's fun.
It is and it isn't. There's definitely times I'm like, oh, fucking just want to go home, but
Yeah.
then you have a show that's really good and you go, ah, yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's
There-
why I
that's the
do
one.
this.
Well, I
That's
was
good.
wondering how, like, hot milk. So, run us through, anyone who doesn't know the whole history of it. Like,
Yeah.
you started the band with Jim
Me and Jim started it in our bedroom.
in your
at the
bedroom.
time. Yeah.
You started writing music together. You were
Mhm.
still working as a promoter at
Yep.
your agency.
Mhm.
When did it turn into, like, you get signed? You get, like, what was the next step to now
So,
being hot milk? You
I
know?
was really sneaky, and when I quit my job, I took all the email addresses with me that I'd ever emailed.
Nice.
And I just sent an anonymous link to some music on SoundCloud from a hot milk email address that I created, being like, listen to this band. And I created some like internal industry buzz without anybody knowing who we were. And I had calls from people I know being like, who are you? And I was just like, you don't need to know who I am.
Oh my God, really?
Do you like the music? And they were like, yeah. They were like, we need to meet you. I was like, no, that's not possible. So I just like sent this link around, created some buzz, and then we got like a load of managers interested. And I was just like, well, if you like it, you'll fly out and see us, won't you? So a management company from LA did, called Cardiff Giant.
Wow.
And we met them one night, and as soon as we met them, we were like, this is our people. Like, I just spilled an espresso martini all over them, and they just looked at me and went, do you want another one then? I was like, yeah, go on.
You're like, sold.
I was like,
Yeah.
sold. And then like, yeah, like the rest was history. They became our family, and like they were like, look, we're going to do this and let's do it. And so we signed with the management company, but it took a long time for a label to get on board, because I don't think we'd fully formed really what we wanted to be. Yeah, it was very baby band early days, like all bands are. You know, you go through many stages and iterations of trying to
Right.
figure yourself out. And you know, we knew is what we wanted to play. Like play live was just always our thing. Express and then play. That was
Yeah.
always what we wanted to do. And so we were just gagging to get out on tour. And yeah, I think like 6 months after I quit my job and moved back home to my mum and dad's with no money, threw my nice job away and had £0, and we got, you know, sent off on tour and got
Wow.
ourselves in loads of debt, which is still going on, but it's still love of it.
Hey!
Yay, music.
We love the
No,
music industry.
It's good. It'll turn good. We've only just done our debut album, so we'll see what happens next. But we've got a busy summer, put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are keeping busy, and like you're signed with. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry if I mistake this, but you've toured with Foo Fighters.
Yes.
Is your management company?
So our manager is their tour manager and has been for the last 25 years or something.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And he was playing us in the office one day.
Oh.
And then that's how that happened, because he didn't want to like, oh, take my band out, Dave. But Dave was like, what's this? And he was like, oh, it's hot milk.
Oh
And then
my
that
God.
became a relationship that has kind of like blossomed into, they are the best example of how to be a touring band. Like,
Yeah.
not only in the way that they play, but in the way that they hold themselves backstage, and just in general as like a community that they build around themselves. That's who we want to be in terms of the way we treat our support acts.
Right.
All of that.
Yeah.
You know, we're there on stage. They go to me on the way, help yourself. And I'm fucking in there like Tito's or bottle. I was like, they don't need this. They don't need this.
Wow.
Going through their
Just-
rider.
The best fucking people, man. Like fucking coming back into my dressing room after we played, and Pat Smear's there drinking me wine. I was like, you got your own, mate, and you? Is that why you're in my wine? He's like, great show, guys. I'm like, you didn't even watch it, did you? You didn't hear the whole time. No, they're just best people, and we're very lucky that they listened to our music one time and thought we'll give them a chance. You
That's
know?
crazy.
So,
That's so sick.
been out with them in Australia in December, and then we're doing more shows with them this summer in London and Birmingham, and you know,
Oh my God, this summer?
this summer, yeah,
fucking
this
way.
summer. So we're flitting between US and UK, doing a lot of stuff.
If I fly out, can I come?
100%. You can.
I was like, I just need to come to a Hot
That's
Milk Foo Fighters
crazy.
show because
It's going to be sick, man. I mean, like, the Australian ones, I was like, we're opening, how's it going to go? But genuinely, I had them, man. I felt like, oh, I'm actually quite good at this.
yes,
You know, I was like,
my
I can do
God.
this.
I mean,
Quite
that would be big
cool.
venues.
Yeah, man. I was just like, what's the one in Melbourne? The stadium is like the
John
football.
something.
Not
Oh.
Rod Laver. Oh, MCG.
The
No.
Army Stadium, AAM.
Oh, Amy.
Yeah, the Amy.
Yeah,
Stadium.
yeah, that's big.
Yeah, and then my auntie and my uncle came. And they were
Nice.
just like, is there free food? I was like,
Yeah, actually,
"There's free food." Yeah,
no.
it's funny, isn't it, when your family members come, they just like want to know what they can have for free,
Yeah.
not actually what the music is.
Yeah.
Isn't it so funny how family, because they're so, especially being out of the industry, don't understand. Like, they don't understand tickets. They're like, hey, so my whole, this friend and that friend and the rest of their friends want to come. And you're like, I can't give the entire town free tickets.
I make my mum and dad buy tickets to our headline shows.
Do you still do that?
100%.
Okay.
Yes, I do, because I just know that if I give them one, Dad's like, oh, Derek from Down Road wants one too. And I'm like, you know what? All of you, buy them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Fuck
too
off.
hard.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's funny. The show that we just did, we just sold out Manchester Academy, which is like 2,500.
Oh my God.
which is like
Yeah.
a massive
Wow.
venue for me.
Like the
'cause-
O2 Manchester Academy?
yeah, it was like my favourite venue growing up because I used to go to it at all my gigs. And
Yeah.
when I told my dad it, he was like, "How big is it?" I was like, 2,500, Dad. He went, "Don't mean you'll fill it." And I was just like, "All right, we'll see." And we did.
You sold
So
it
I
out.
put it on a T-shirt. Doesn't mean you'll fill it. And sold it at the show.
No. And did you
Epic.
explain the story on stage?
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
That's so
I was
great.
like, you can get T-shirts down there.
That is cool.
It was funny, but yeah. And do you know what he did to me? My dad, he gave me a handshake. He went, "Well done." That's the most affection I'll get from him.
Oh,
Yeah.
like,
he's
no.
well done.
Well
For-
done.
yeah.
handshake.
Well, that's a big one
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
When are you gonna make some money though?
Yeah. Well, never, but you know.
With my grandpa, I just went to the Philippines last year to visit, and coming from the same type of like how your dad was with you about that. My grandpa is very conservative, very like you got to go to school, all this stuff. And like my grandpa knows, like when I go to the Philippines, we've played shows to like, I think it was like 10, 20,000 people sometimes. And he's seen that. He saw that like I was in like this Netflix documentary, all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he has like friends that will ask him like, can, we meet Jess? She's your granddaughter. And still, the thing he said to me before I went to the airport was, but a college degree is always the best thing you can have.
Ew.
Like
Really?
literally did not want to
So you didn't
acknowledge.
go to uni? Did you go to uni?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
you did.
But
So-
I didn't want. I wanted to drop out. I kept
Yeah.
saying to my parents because I wanted to be Britney Spears. So like,
Who doesn't want to be rich?
and like you had to be a dancer, right?
yeah,
so I
yeah.
was like doing 20 dance lessons a week, and I was like, I want to quit uni so I can do the dance classes. And Mum's like, well, why don't you just keep staying till the end of the year and then you can decide? And then I was like nearly done. So
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like,
Shout out,
I was
Mum.
pushed to do a degree as well. I got a politics degree. And
Oh!
that takes me back to the Green Day thing because that's like why I did it because of the.
You
whole
got
thing.
a full on politics. Like you actually did
Yeah,
graduate the
I've got
politics.
a hat and a gown on, going.
What?
"Woo."
Oh shit! I don't
So-
think I knew that.
so why did you do politics?
Because I like fell in love with Green Day and they're American Idiot.
They're very,
Oh!
political.
And
Oh,
like,
and
when I
you
was
guys-
11 and it blew my mind, I was
That
like,
is hilarious.
Which you also, it's like an influence in your music. You guys are very,
100%,
very.
yeah. I mean, I went backwards from there and we went into like the Replacements, Op Ivy, and like Ramones and stuff. So that's all really political and
Right.
punk music is a political movement,
Totally.
So
Yeah,
I
right.
kind of was like, I remember being in the queue at a show, in the line at a show.
No, I understood you.
in the line.
I
at a
was like,
show,
oh, hallelujah.
and
Sorry, you
Cute.
had to translate for
I
me.
do. I have to do that quite a lot.
But she's used to me, so it's fine.
No, I'm used to it. I knew
I
what
was
you're
in
saying.
queue, and people were talking about politics, and I was like, I want to weigh in, but I can't because I don't know. And
Yeah.
I hated not knowing. So I
Right.
was like, I'm going to go and do a degree, and I did. And I have
That's
an Arctic
amazing.
Warfare published paper.
Really?
But
What?
Holy
and then I
moly.
quit and was like, fuck this, I'm going to go do music. And
Yeah, and throw oranges on shelves.
Yeah. Do you know what? I do think this is why I'm depressed because I'm not stimulated. Maybe
Yeah.
someone needs to be like reading out some new F-16 fighter jet prices or something.
It sounds like that's what you need. You can't have the stimulation of like just being on tour. It's not.
I need more.
You need
Yeah.
more than that.
I need more. I love a deep mushroom chat. I think that's my
Oh, right, yeah.
that's my stimulation that I get now. Like putting the world to rights, figuring
Yeah.
out the meaning of life.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. That's
Did we
it.
do that on Sad Summer? I can't even remember.
I
it.
think we did mushrooms. I've got some though at my house if you want to do something.
Well, we got some that where is it? It was here somewhere. which we could talk about them.
it's
We
in the
should
water.
shout them out at some point. But anyways, we'll talk about them. We'll shout them out on. We have a little mushroom sponsor issue, like,
Sick.
but
That's a good
it's a
sponsor.
different. I don't know. We'll talk about it later. But wait, what was I about to ask you? Did you have something that you were going to ask?
No, I was just running down that part. I mean, I just can't believe you did politics. That's unbelievable. And I love it that you did politics because of Green Day. Like, so I was a massive Cause fan.
Ah, summer sunshine.
Yeah.
miss you.
So I would do everything that was going to get me to sort of be the Cause
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well as
yeah,
Britney
yeah.
Spears. So, like,
Yeah.
it's just funny, those influences you have from when you're young of a band
Yeah.
you're idolizing. Like, who did you idolize?
Well, for me specifically as a drummer, it was Travis Barker.
Right.
So it was emulating at the time very poorly because I obviously still can't play Travis Barker well. But like at the time, it was more of emulating that style.
Right.
And then also, but I never actually emulated like him as a person. So I don't know, or like brought that into.
How's your shoulder, by the way? Is it all right?
Oh, it's getting better. I've got
Aw.
my little scars here
Look
still.
at that. That's pretty hard.
It's
it's
Pretty
gnarly,
hardcore.
isn't it?
Looks like a little shark bite or something.
That was from a punch on.
Yeah,
Yeah, you had a
right.
punch on outside the
Yeah.
West Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Let's make it
That
sound
could
like I'm much
actually happen
cooler.
with Jess.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I back you up.
Yeah,
I love a
we-
scrap.
Oh my God. Imagine the three of us angry.
Oh, people don't want the three of us
No.
out together, which is actually happening tonight. So this is bad. Watch out, West Hollywood, even though
Watch
this
out,
isn't
West-
coming out till later.
Do we know someone at WeHo Police? I think we do.
We're gonna be like, you need to like just. We'll pay them to make us not get into fights.
Have some security.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, Travis, but I mean, Blink was a huge band for most people.
For
weren't
most
they?
people,
Yeah.
like in our era, right? Like
Yeah.
I feel like that was just like, I mean, our band, I don't even know if I told you this, our band started as like a Blink 182 cover band. Like me,
Nice.
Steven, and John were a Blink 182 cover
So
band.
You
funny.
and Travis, were you?
Yeah, I was Travis. Back there, being Travis when I was in fucking 8th grade.
That's sick. That is sick.
So what have you got coming up gig wise that you can talk about at least?
What can I talk about? I mean, I can't talk about the big thing. I'll tell you afterwards, but it's in relation to what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
What we're going. So we've got festivals at the end of this month. So I've got to go back to the UK. For some reason, the Netherlands are having festivals in March. I'm like,
The Netherlands are?
Yeah.
in March.
yeah, it's a camping festival at the end of March. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And
Oh,
then we're just coming up back here to write in April, and then May we start touring and doing like the whole of the European circuit. Back over here. Back to do our only UK performance, which is at 2000 Trees, and we're headlining the stage for the first time. I always think if you're playing in the night time, it's a good vibe, right? So bring some nice production in, have a fucking party,
Yeah.
and come back here, take over for you on Sad Summer,
Yep.
and then we're back over to the UK. So that's like
Damn.
taken 4 months up. Of
Wow.
my life. So it'll be quite intense, and then I think maybe Japan will happen as well again.
Oh,
'Cause we did
I
Japan.
just got back from Japan.
Oh, did you? I loved it. We went for the first time in November.
Dude, I
Had the
have
best time.
some. You probably already know the stores to go for clothes.
To be honest, I spent a lot of time crying in my bedroom
Oh.
because I'd just been broken up with. So I was just there, sat in Tokyo, like, why?
I'll give you a list. They
Give me
do
a
all.
list.
It's all like punk rock, like really cool, unique stuff.
Nice.
And like this little old lady downstairs, and she's like grabbing my arms and going, "We're putting that on you, and we're putting that on you." She
like
does,
a stylist, like your own private shopper.
and she
Nice.
does like Steven Tyler, but
What?
wasn't expensive.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I think Japan's actually pretty, like, in terms of pricing,
Yeah.
it's decent, right? I'm
Yeah.
always surprised. I'm like, all right, let's see how it is. Cheaper than fucking Manchester at a minute. Anyway, definitely cheaper than this fucking city.
Oh,
man.
this is
Definitely
yeah.
cheaper than
£25 on a salad? Are you joking?
I
Oh.
know. I just said everything feels like it's $20 here.
Well,
20
because
bucks.
she also just got back from Thailand, and in Thailand, everything's
so
again, you can
cheap.
get a meal for $2.
$3 for a red duck curry, like
Yeah.
everywhere.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love Thailand. Where did you go? Sorry.
Koh Samui.
Koh Samui. Yeah, I've been there.
You've been there?
Yeah, me and my mates went on a massive backpacking trip when I finished.
Oh,
uni.
Oh shit.
it's so
Changed
good.
my life.
yeah.
Koh Tao and Koh Phangan.
Didn't go Koh Phi Phi, did you?
No, but I think I've been to Phi Phi before. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
It's like a little party island. It's,
Yeah, and then Bangkok.
yeah.
I've only done Bangkok, so that's my only experience, which is the very
Yeah.
touristy.
Very humid, isn't it?
Oh, I
Yeah.
just,
You and me with our hair there.
I
fucking
couldn't. Yeah. Fuck
mental.
it. Yeah.
I was just
up all the
tying
time.
it up. So.
Same.
Oh yeah, actually, like I brought a hair straightener on that trip. Why would I have brought
so
that with
silly.
me?
So
So
silly.
stupid.
Very
Yeah.
silly thing to do.
Yeah, really stupid. The only thing I should have brought was like a towel.
a towel and some deodorant, and then you're all sorted.
And like
Yeah.
I bought stupid things like heavy jeans and no.
I want it to look good. No,
Yeah.
there's only practicality in that.
Just
heat.
yeah.
Nothing else but
To soak up the
practicality.
sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
I'm jealous. I wish I could go. I need a little holiday, I reckon.
Let's
Oh,
all go back.
you wanna
Let's go
all
to
go?
Thailand.
yeah, and Asia's so good because it's like a little bit of a culture shock. So it's just like, even though we've all been there a million times, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Philippines
still-
we need to go to.
yeah. Have you been to the Philippines yet?
I've never been to the Philippines.
Really?
No.
You guys are going to be massive there. I have a feeling. There's no way you're not
Well,
going to go to the Philippines.
you're the god of the Philippines.
Yeah.
So she has spoken.
Yeah.
Sogan, you're going.
You're the mayor. You're the mayor of the
It's
town.
happening.
Okay, book us then. Come on.
Get your
No,
grandma.
but it's really the best. Like you're gonna go there and just be like it. They treat everyone, which you guys are, to be honest with you, but like they do treat everyone like Beatles-esque. You know what I mean? Like you
Nice.
get fucking personal security. You get put up in like the 5-star hotels.
Wow.
The
Yeah.
fans that come, they're waiting for you at the airport.
Oh,
like
we had that in Brazil, man. We
oh
went
yeah,
to
Brazil's the kind of
Really?
similar in that
Yeah.
sense of where you have to have security. They've got fans waiting for you at the
They were fucking
airport.
Nuts. Yeah, we went for them in March for the first time, like basically a year ago. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
What was that like
buzzing.
for a festival? Or?
So we did like Lollapalooza. So
oh yeah.
I got in with a Lollapalooza guy because I shat in the dressing room out of protest and he liked it.
Oh, you're
so
joking.
basically, yeah, because I didn't put a toilet backstage. Are we doing it? I'm going to do it in the fucking bin, mate.
Ah.
I shit in your bin. Book us.
Well, if you have to go, you gotta go.
And no, the booked us for all the Lollapaloozas down in South America. We did like Chile and where else did we do? Fucking Argentina,
Wow.
Paraguay, Colombia, Brazil. It was best trip. I think I've peaks, right? That's it. I've done. That's it. That's
All
my
from a
life I'll ever get.
poo.
All from a poo. One single poo just floats away. One
This
person's
is how you
trash,
break
another
through,
person.
everyone.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, we went to Brazil and it was just like at the airport and they were videoing me when I was checking in. It was like tagging me in. I was like, I look horrible. Like,
Wow.
so horrible. Like no makeup, just there like checking in for a flight, and they're all like zooming in on you and like waiting for you. And
Jeepers.
I was just like, I don't deserve this. Firstly, and like secondly, thank you. Like
Yeah.
thanks for being here. But it's just so nice to hear all the stories and how far your music can travel and
Yeah.
the thing that you wrote when you're dead sad, someone else finds it in
Yeah.
their heart to relate to it, man. And I was
Totally.
just like, holy shit, this is magic, like pure magic, a dream.
Yeah. Have you done Brazil?
We did in 2012. I think it was the only time we did. But yeah, similar experience where again, it's more of the just like you can't believe. It's just hard to imagine that people
man.
across the world know
Yeah.
anything about your music and connect to it, right? Like that's
Exactly.
the biggest like mind fuck of it
Yeah.
all. And care that much to show up at the airport and be like, I'm here to see you. You're like, what?
That's crazy.
like it doesn't ever really. It still doesn't make sense in my mind for like like our band. Like we're always just like it doesn't. Like I don't know. It's just
It's weird because we're just you and your mates making music.
Yeah.
We're just making music.
And then it's just, I don't know. It's a beautiful thing, and that's like keeps you going when you have those bad days in the road, which does happen.
Totally.
You have days like that make like it worth it, and it's the
Absolutely.
peaks and the troughs. The really highs, and then like the
really lows
shitty
too.
moments. But
Yeah.
honestly, it's like the honor of my life to be able to go
Yeah.
and do stuff like that. And yeah, the furthest my mum and dad went was like Spain on holiday.
Wow.
So the fact that like all my grandparents working class as fuck, and I get to go and be silly dickhead on a stage.
Yeah.
In Brazil, are you joking?
Yeah.
Like, buzzing. Like
Ugh.
it's just mental, isn't it?
and
love that.
when you're on the road, are you in like big buses? Jess knows I've got a fascination with this.
Depends on the tour, doesn't it? Because some tours will pay you a nice amount of money, and some of them go no money for you. But you don't need it in Brazil because you fly in and out of everything. Like,
Right.
South America's fly shows constantly. Australia fly
Flies,
shows constantly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Over here we'll do a bandwagon because they're pretty decent.
The bandwagons are decent.
Yeah.
I mean, I never had a problem with them. The rest of the band hated them. I feel like it's still. It just depends on the situation. It's still better than having a van. Although our band is actually for Sad Summer. We're doing a van
yeah,
for the
'cause
week
it's
that we're on
quite
it.
short, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
super short, and we were like, we could just do the hotel band or hotel and van thing.
The hotel and van thing is not too bad. You should get a hotel.
You get hotels.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. The tour we're doing before Sad Summer out here, we're going to do in a van, I think. But
Yeah.
then the Sad Summer we're going to do in a bandwagon because I felt like I needed a bass last time some days.
Oh,
Some
I
days
see.
it's like I want to, just have a look because it gets really hot, especially the ones that are in the car parks.
Yeah.
Some of them are in car parks. And
So otherwise you're sitting around in like a tent or something,
sorry,
probably.
Jess.
No, I know. But the other, we did advance to make sure that we could get dressing rooms
Yeah,
every day. So
exactly.
we
You need
did
to make sure
that
it
because
gets
you need to
dressing.
have that if
Yeah.
you're doing it in a van. But
Yeah.
the nice thing about having a bandwagon, the other thing about something like a sad summer is that you do have to show up at like 8 or 9 a.m. So that's also why it's kind of hard to do it in a van and trailer because at least in a bandwagon, it's like you have someone driving. It's like being in a bus. It's
Yeah.
you pull up and because it's like a early load in, you could still sleep till
I mean,
10.
I will be sleeping till 10.
Yeah.
The crew can go in there.
Exactly.
But
But
I do pitching.
yeah,
I pitch.
I'm not saying you don't pitch it, but I'm saying the nice thing about that
Yeah,
is that
can.
you could sleep longer.
Yeah.
Whereas, like for us, we probably will be up early because
Yeah.
if the van has
And if
to
you
go.
want a nap, you can't really go on. You could nap, I guess, but not like to the degree that you could.
No, that's the one thing is we're kind of sucking it up for about a week
Yeah.
and a half to go back to the
Yeah,
roots of,
that's
like,
all
We're
right.
doing the like fucking overnighting it if we need to, and then having a dressing room.
And is it still hard to get buses?
I think it's gotten a little better to get buses, but it's still
Yeah, I've noticed it gone up. Like we've just got to a bus level in the UK. Like we'll do a bus in the UK, but I find that they're cheaper out here. I think than over in the UK. I think they're like
But
there's hardly any of them.
That's
at one point.
That's
yeah.
the thing is right now the thing that happened was that there was a shortage
Yeah.
of it. There was
Yeah,
actually a
yeah,
time where we were forced to almost like do a van because we couldn't get a
couldn't get one.
bandwagon or a bus.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think in the UK we're missing something between. We don't have bandwagons in the UK, so you're either
Right.
van or bus.
Right.
So you have to choose. Like, oh fuck, should we spend less money or whatever? And sometimes it makes sense for like because I do all the budgets in Hot Milk as well. So I'm
Oh,
kind
do
of
you?
like because it's my money, innit?
Yeah.
doing it. It's
Definitely
my
doing the
money.
budget.
But yeah, that's the thing. It makes sense sometimes if you've got like 7 crew and that's like 7 hotel rooms or just the bus vibe.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
also in the UK, because they're buses, like you could get a 16 bunk bus.
You
Like
can.
you can make it more affordable by
Oh.
splitting it with another band.
Yeah. I mean, we were just like, oh, our mates are gonna want to come, aren't they?
Or
We better
that
get
too.
a big one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you, you're like, no, we're just gonna have our
Yeah,
friends
all
come
the
out.
girlfriends coming out.
You,
do you know what
Jess
I
is
mean?
out there. Suddenly I'm out there too.
Oh yeah, you can come on my bus anytime.
Yeah.
Love.
Okay, cool.
You heard it here, so we're gonna replay
Yeah.
this for you when
Guys, we're
when
going
we wanna
on
come
tour. We're going on tour not to perform.
just to hang out.
Just hang out.
Uh,
Love it.
I'll make sure there's got enough alcohol in there for you. Some vodka and water.
Yeah,
for
well,
you.
that's my that's from Thailand.
vodka and
Because
water.
it was too hot to drink wine, and I usually drink Jameson and water,
right.
and I was just
Oh,
like, I can't do
insane.
that when it was hot.
I bet you like ranch water as well, don't you?
Not
water,
really.
Good because
I don't like
that's vile
tequila.
and rancid and disgusting behaviour.
She
no
drinks
offense, Texas
tequila.
or
You
wherever
drink
it's
tequila,
from.
don't you?
I drink tequila, but a ranch water is still
Ugh.
different. It's the canned tequila
basically-
vodka, or
it's-
tequila soda.
Yeah,
type
you're
thing.
drinking. It's not even like it's
It's-
just tequila. It's been watered down.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste good tequila. I
No.
don't think. So why would I want
No,
to
it's
drink
disgusting.
something? Exactly. I'm just like, nah, fuck that. I like mezcal though. I like taste of mezcal.
Yeah.
Do you like a
Nice
smoky drink?
To
Mezcal
sip
is
it.
a
Smoky drink.
Okay.
I like a smoky. Why are you
Interesting.
noting that? You're like, okay.
Okay, smoky drink. Even though we're not gonna be on tour together, I'll leave something for you.
You
I
need
guess.
to find a way to make that happen. We need to kick off at Mike Marquee for that.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
annoying.
this was actually aimed. It really was a personal attack on
Yeah,
us.
it was a personal attack, wasn't it?
Let's
Like,
call that out, and then maybe we'll get to do it together.
I wonder who said that. I think that's homophobic.
I think they're being homophobic.
Mhm, they
I
are.
knew it.
So maybe we will be on tour together.
You heard
We'll
it here
see.
first.
Someone's homophobic.
We just bully them into letting us tour together.
Also, everyone can have a drink.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are unfortunately coming to an end. Not unfortunately, because that means sorry for everyone else, but we get to go hang out. So before we leave, one really important question.
Ooh.
What do you like to have on the rider? Like, what's a must on your rider?
Fucking hell. I don't know, man. I don't really touch the bastard.
Alcohol.
I'd rather, alcohol wise, I like those little like canned margaritas because it's like if I need to go from like sober to like having a buzz on, it's
a
like
canned margarita?
yeah, we get these ones called what are they called? Moth margaritas in the UK, and they're great and they're really good canned margarita, and it sorts me out if I'm like tired or like not feeling the show. Them and magic, and they turn me around. Not that I like to drink a lot before the show. I don't.
Yeah.
I think my limit's 3 drinks, right? That's all.
Yeah,
I have. But
same.
it kind of gets me on a bit of a buzz because as a self-conscious, very insecure, anxious individual, magic,
Yeah.
not that I have a reliance on alcohol, probably do, but it just sorts me out.
Yeah.
It's a magic
Don't we
thing.
all? I feel that way too. I'm
Well,
like,
she did dry January. We were talking
Me
about.
too. I did dry Jan.
You
I
did? We
6
both did
weeks.
it. You
I
did
did
6 weeks? Well,
Oh.
also way more than
I
me.
did.
It's like, and I was trying to lose weight last year. And so I DJ. I was DJing, not drinking. And I was like, by the end of 3 hours, I'm like, oh, geez, my back hurts, my feet hurt.
Yeah.
Whereas when I drink, I don't
Yeah,
feel
you don't
it.
feel it.
No.
Exactly. And I've got a sore back now as well. 'Cause I've
Yeah.
done some silly things, jumping off stuff. And it's like, that's the thing, you need that little numbness.
Yeah.
I need to feel numb.
That's right. You just need a few at
I
least.
feel nothing. No, it's you're right, it is. It's a thing, but maybe that's something in the future we can get away from. Not saying
Possibly.
that it's a good thing to have.
Maybe.
I don't know. I did try to play one show sober for dry January, and I was like, I see why I don't do this.
You were probably sore as well.
Again, same thing. I was
Sore
just,
and tired.
Yeah.
hurting.
I
and
can't
all
really
but-
lock in proper. I think
That
it
was
just,
the other thing.
It's like you're very aware that you're in a very abnormal situation.
Yeah.
And then you
It
have
just
one
helps you
drink and you're
loosen.
like, oh,
You
yeah.
got to loosen up to get like in the zone and the vibe. Like, and for
For
me,
sure.
especially as a drummer, like to get in pocket and to not
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like I don't know. It was.
Yeah, I
was
know what you
hard.
mean. Yeah.
I get you.
But
It's relaxing.
Yeah.
well, with that being said, let's go drink. Anyways, for everyone who's listening who might not be following you, do you want to give like what you're most active on so everyone can keep up with what you're doing?
The Instagram evil app. Yeah, hot milk. Go,
At
go,
hot milk, hot milk?
and hot milk. I don't know. You
Whatever,
just
we'll
type
tag it.
in. There's only one of us. Really.
Yeah, you'll find
You'll
it.
find it.
And also, we will tag it anyways. So
Tag that shit.
thank you for being here. Appreciate
Thanks for
you.
having me.
We love you.
Thanks for
And
being here too.
we'll do a part 2 sometime after Sad Summer when we bully them
We
into
could do it in
letting
the
us.
morning when we're all like.
Yeah. No,
two.
when we're on Sad Summer together after we
Oh,
bully
yeah,
them,
we're
gonna
kick
do
off,
another.
Yeah, we're gonna kick off.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.